Welcome to Clone Questions Live, episode 35, the morning edition with me, Paul, your clone coach. We are live every Friday morning and evening, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, excuse me, and 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let me get this little chat here going. Welcome to everybody joining here. Please share this live as you join. As you join here, don't forget to enter a guess between 1 and 420 to win. And enter guess. Let me put this in here. Welcome, everybody. Enter guess 1 through 420. I'm getting this comment in here to post it and share. Please share this live as you join, everybody. That'd be much appreciated. Joining from. Let me finish this here. Welcome to everybody. Let me catch up on this chat here real quick. Welcome to TikTok King from New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken. What's going on? What's going on, Gus? Let's see here. Diaz Roberts wants to go live. Shout out from Montana. What's going on, 420 Sherpa? Getting your guesses in there. Gus says, I was DMing you right now. My stems turned purple. Why? Were they green to begin with? Were they solid green? Were they solid green to begin with? At what stage were they solid green, or was there always purple on them? And if they got bad, they got really purple, look at the last week or two. What happened? Did you transplant them? Did you change their food? Did you do a flush? Did you like a water only? Is the room, like what are the parameters, or what are the variables that plant encountered over the last week or two? Assuming it started solid green. New Zealand time, 4:30 in the morning. You are up before the sun, King. You got your coffee brewing. How do you start your morning out there? Like I said, y'all, please share this live as you join. Just help spread it out, right? We got to defeat that shadow ban, the algorithm, as much as we can with our actions. So as you join, you'll see a little button that says you could share this, with your followers or whatever. Just click share. It's one button, one click. That's a good way to support Clone Coach. If I've ever helped you out, if you're down with the Clone Coach team, one little click that costs you nothing. Hey, that's your way of showing support. But we are going to hit a couple topics today based on the reels that I posted this week, which were converting your flower room to a nursery, or converting flower lights to mother lights, and making clones out of that room instead of growing more flower. If the market has hit you, if the prices are too low for it to be worth it, if you're considering shutting down, well, whatever the case is, we hit a little reel on that, so we'll dive into that. So if you got any questions, on converting your existing flower room or converting the space into a nursery, let's chat about that, and to your questions in the comments here or in the chat. And vents, that was the last reel as well. Vents, keeping our vents open, closed, how much, what kind of a difference does it make, when to do it, strategies, thoughts, insights, whatever you got. There was a lot of comments, a lot of interaction with both of those reels. So we're going to hit on that today. So if you have any questions on that, let me know in the comments here in the chat. And don't forget, this evening at the 5:30, the evening edition of Clone Questions Live, we're going to have a guest join us, a surprise guest is going to join us for the episode. So stay tuned for that. Join us again this evening, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, for Clone Questions Live with a special guest, Trap Jesus. So don't miss out on that one, y'all. Baking Baked Podcast says at Gus Garden. Thanks for the send. See, that's a share right there. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. That's a share. Bringing someone in. Welcome to Baking Baked Podcast. Let's do a little chat. Tuning in from Oxnard. Let's see here. Thanks for that share there. Celestial Labs 2.0 says, do you feed the clone right when roots pop out of cube? Psh, feed it before I see roots. By the time you see roots and then you begin to feed, you're minimum 2 to 3 days behind. Minimum. By the time you see visual roots in your cubes pop out and you're like, okay, I see roots now on however many you feel is the right amount of roots to see on your tray, and then you go and begin to feed them, you're days behind and potentially up to a week behind in growth. So if you're doing that, you're losing about a week of growth on the back end or the front end, right? You're not having day 14 ready clones, and or your next 7 days, your days 14 to 21 or to 28 or something, is a slow start and is not really a ramp up. You're really getting all your growth on the second week after that. So if that's happening to you, go to clonecoach.com, join the team, and eliminate that. We don't need that. Let's see here. But yeah, let me catch up with the chat here. If you guys got something to puff on, go ahead and light it up. If you got your coffee, like I do, go ahead and let me know what you're sipping on and what you're smoking on. And like I said, y'all, join us tonight. We got Trap Jesus joining us for a special guest. We're gonna go over some trap things. So once again, a lot of interesting stuff's gonna come at us tonight. The evening episode, Clone Questions Live. But let me catch up on the chat here. Make sure. Let's see here. Dan Nugler says, I know you said boiling plugs is an unnecessary step, but I'm going to do it before soak because it'll put me at ease cleaning them. That being said, how long? I got a huge pot, so I can do 100 at a time. Dan, if you know I don't do it, don't ask me how to do it. Right? I don't have a protocol on what to do because I don't do it. If you want to start clean with your plugs, it's like sanitizing anything or cleaning anything. There's only so many pieces to a pie, and when you decrease one, you're increasing another one, and vice versa, right? So you could clean and sanitize your plugs via temperature and time with that boiling water. You could do it. You could increase and very little or no chemical in that pie chart, right? That slice of pie. You could do a lot of chemical, a little time, and no temperature by doing something like Xylitol 2.0. That'll just kill everything. It's a fungicide. It's fast acting contact killing fungicide. So you could use the chemical portion of that pie and do it quickly, and you have a clean start. So the way you start clean, you pretty much got time, temperature, chemical. Usually it wouldn't be mechanical or procedures. Procedures might be in there too. But those three things. You increase one, you're decreasing the other one. So which one do you want to do? You want to do, time and temperature. You probably like let them bake or some shit, right? Like let them bake at 100 degrees for 24 hours and they'll kill everything too. So how do you want to do it is up to you. But if you're boiling, like I said, I don't do it. So I don't have the steps there for you. But if I were to do it, I would go the chemical route. It's fast, no temperature, no hot water, nothing, and easy to use. 1 ounce per gallon type of solution to make. Kill, saturate, kill everything, and then you could, get rid of that moisture, squeeze those out or whatever, and then resaturate with your ideal initial saturation for your media. Appalachia Cove says, just got done with the gym smoking on some super boof. We got Harry Nugs from New York smoking on some dirty martini auto. Interesting. Trap things. Okay. Baking Baked podcast is smoking on some tiramisu twist, a hybrid brand Mary. Super boof cherry from Appalachia. Let them have it. Let's see. Let me catch up on this chat here. I appreciate all the comments in there. Like I said, let's talk vents. and we're going to talk converting your flower space into mother plants, what that looks like. If you guys haven't checked it out, go to clonecoach.com. On the homepage and on the next tab over, which is labeled as $1,000,000 Nursery. On both of those pages, you have a free calculator to use to enter numbers in about 60 seconds to figure out how much overproduction you're either doing when you're doing clones in house due to your loss, due to your, having to overcompensate, your slow rooting times, like what that's costing you every month. And if you're, want to convert a space and produce revenue with your clones, you could use the other calculator. So in 60 seconds, you'll know how much revenue in a year your space could potentially make you using, of course, the Clone Coach methods and SOPs and coaching. That's geared for a 90-day coaching program, which is a very, very limited space because it's one-on-one coaching for you to achieve that revenue goal, to be on track to achieve that revenue goal from the calculator that you entered. All right. The numbers that are being entered right now are literally $1,000,000 nurseries. Like they're this plug in the numbers, go try out the calculator, find out for yourself what your space is worth, and then you'll see if it's worth it to you, if it makes sense to you to bring a coach on to help you achieve that monetary goal. Nothing's guaranteed, right? But the spread is so big that it's a fraction, single digit percentage of the return you could get, right? Like if someone's like, hey man, give me $100 and I'll give you 1,000 back. You'd be like, dude, that's buying money at a discount. If I don't have $100, I'm gonna go find that $100 because I'm buying $1,000 worth of money for $100, right? Or you get the picture. But let me catch up here with the check it out on clonecoach.com, free calculators. Bake and Bake Podcast says, and a basic bitch coffee, Starbucks mocha frap with a shot of espresso. It says expression, but I assume espresso. I got that Cafe Bustelo. So it said it's espresso, ground up espresso beans, Folgers and water in the garden from Gus with some smoking on some GMO. Appalachia with Sanidate 5.0 for the win. Let me catch up on this chat here, y'all. GV grows. I appreciate everybody joining. I appreciate everybody sharing. I appreciate everybody on the team. If you haven't joined the team, go to clonecoach.com. Let me catch up on this chat here. GV grows Chicago. What's going on? Cherry Burst from Grow More, Stress Less is messing me up right now. Appalachia Cove says, oh my God, you devil. You got my head turning, man. Turning about what? About converting the space? Dan Nugler says, I want to boil to do a twofer. Kill any potential bugs and sanitize. More so, it's the potential bugs in the plugs. Well, then if it's bugs that you're concerned about, once again, I wouldn't boil them. I would do my treatment with insecticide versus a fungicide, and I would, you could easily knock down and then prevent and protect your cloning media with one or two insecticide applications. One like a knockdown application for that initial treatment, and then you re-inoculate with your soak afterwards with some like nematodes, with some azadirachtin, with some bioinsecticides like no fly, things like that to kill any sort of crawling activity. You get a sachet in there for any potential small aphids or anything like that after that knockdown. You can get a sachet in there from Plantsman Group. Check those out, the Swerskis, if I'm not mistaken. You could use discount code CloneCoach for a discount there. And those are super active in a high humidity environment like a dome, so they'll kill anything that's crawling around potentially in your dome during that time. So look, tomato, that's how I would do it. It's my opinion, but knock it out, see what happens. It's there's only one way to find out, but it's just different methods of trying to solve the same problem, really. GV Gross Chicago says, how can I put my clones in the same rooms as my mom's to make hardening off easier? Just put them in the same room. I've always done that. I've always shared the same environment with my moms, my teens, and my clones. One big room, if it has usually been the case. Whenever there's separate rooms, I always find that there's two different environments in most places. When they break up the bedrooms, whether it's two different rooms, three different rooms, moms, teens, clones, whatever, usually they're all different environments, and that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. So it's very very easy. I mean, it's how the you know it's one of the methods or the theories behind the best clones ever SOP is you do harden them off to the same environment that they came from. So we got Zeus smoking on some lemon acai from Black Farm Genetics. Appalachia says, "Shit, did you say one on one? Damn, yeah." The coaching program, the 90-day coaching program, is one on one. That's why it's limited space, and we're achieving big goals here. That's why it's not for everybody, but it's for hustlers that see that number and have that space and realize the business opportunity and the small price to pay to have a coach holding you accountable to be on track to achieve those numbers, and someone that's been there before to know as a trusting hand to guide you to get you those numbers. So it's not for everybody, it's limited. But if you want to learn more, just go to $1 Million Nursery on clonecoach.com, fill out the calculator, and look out for a follow-up email. Mano Familian Faces says, "Yo, Clone Coach, do you think boil some water is necessary to sterilize the plugs? Never seen a need to, but with all the HLV scare, I'm thinking prevention at all costs." You just missed. I hit on boiling like 5 minutes ago, Mano. Head on. I don't do it. If you're concerned about pathogens, I use chemicals to like a fungicide to treat the pathogens as initial treatment, and or biofungicides as a more active defense against pathogens. If you're concerned about insects, you can do insecticidal route. Same thing, chemically or bioinsecticides, and or both. But I don't boil. Appalachia Cove says, "By the way, you're looking more fit. Appreciate it." So, man, I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life, though. I'm like, I gotta trim the fat too. Quite literally, I gotta trim the fat too. But all gravy, man. One day at a time. Allen's Toledo Indoor Garden says loves Toledo Indoor Garden loves Clone Coach. I got much respect and love for everybody out there in Toledo. Toledo Indoor Garden, big shout out. Uh, Super good people. You haven't checked them out, check them out. Check them out online. You can order online from them too. They don't have a Clone Coach discount code, but I know if you want to purchase the Clone Coach SOPs, there is a Toledo Indoor Garden discount code to get a discount on the SOP. So just reach out to the Toledo team, Heather, if I'm not mistaken, and they'll have a discount code for you to support them and get a discount when you're purchasing the Clone Coach SOPs. Shout out to Toledo. Appalachia Cove says, "Yes, sir, on the converting. Yep, got your brain turning on the converting." I mean, look, let's hit on that for a minute. I'm talking to growers, and I've seen a lot of like what I call middle class growers, right? The 4 to 16 lighters, right? The 8s, the 12s, like those middle class growers that used to make 6 figures with half a garage or 8 lights and a veg and a little dry. Like those are few and far between now, and the one because the prices have dipped so low that most of them didn't run lean, efficient operations, so that price dip hurt them. And they've been struggling, right? Just like most people in the last few years, there's struggle mixed in there. But revenue wise and supply and demand wise, clones has always been what hooked me. I mean, when I was starting my first room, finally had the space to get the room. Side note, it was this room that I'm in right now. I finally had the space, got the lights, got the setup, got stuck on trying to find quality clones, got stuck there. I was going to flower them out. I was going to flower out the whole room, right? I got stuck there, and that's when it hit me. I was like, I'm just going to convert the room to mom and never switched it to flower and just started making clones. And the demand was always there. Supply was always low in the clones. And, the competition with flower and stuff, just, it's a lot of good flower out there. So converting the space If you really want to know your numbers, go to clonecoach.com, click $1 Million Nursery, and there's a free calculator there for you to enter your particular numbers for your market, your space, clones, teens, and in 60 seconds, find out what your space is worth. But converting space, think about it. If you're getting $1,200 for a pound, $1,500 for a pound, you get 2 pounds per light because you're 2 pounds of sellable bud per light. That's top. It's up there. It's not the normal average. It's the higher average, I would say. Most people. So that's $3,000 for the light, right? Takes you minimum 60 days. Honestly, 90 days, probably about 100 days. Call it 90 days. Okay. You made $3,000 for across the 90 days, $1,000 a month from that light. Okay, and that's before the cost. So your margin on that pound is less too, right? So $1,000 a month per light, but you have to wait 3 months to get it, right? At $10 a clone, it's 100 clones off of one light in a month, which one light should get you probably about 200 clones every 2 weeks. So about 400 clones a month per light at $10 a pop. You got $4,000 in revenue, paid twice like a paycheck in that month, and that's month one. You got $4,000 in your pocket. Call it $3,000. Call it fucking $2,000 in your pocket. Next month, another X amount in your pocket. By the third month, you've already collected 2, 3, 4 times more than you would have if you weighed out, a flower room. Let's say you're getting $2,000 a unit, and you do 2 pounds per light. $4,000 for the light. It's still only $1,300 a month for that light worth of revenue. Once again, $10 a clone, it's 130 clones. So if you want to convert, just shoot me a DM with the word convert. Let me catch up here on the comments, on the chats. I appreciate everybody joining. I appreciate everybody sharing as they join, letting us know where they're joining in from. It's always cool to see where people are joining in from. We got Ohio, we got New Zealand, we got the desert, we got Oxnard. And enter your guess, a number between 1 and 420 for your chance to win at the end of this episode, a free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com. That's a one-page snippet of the 14-day protocol. One-page snippet from the full SOP, from the clone SOP. So your chance to win that at the end of this episode by entering a guess between 1 and 420, the person that gets closest without going over, once I pick a random number from a random number generator, will win. We'll win. And the same thing tonight. So don't forget, we got a Clone Questions Live evening edition tonight with special guest Trap Jesus, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So please set a reminder for yourself. Tell your friends. Join this evening. Come join us, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, Clone Questions Live here on Instagram. Let me catch up on this chat here. 13Brick13 says, how to fully eradicate fungus gnats. Start with a knockdown, like a pyganic. Continue on with bioinsecticides and nematodes, predatory insects, insecticides as well. Bioinsecticides are like the bacteria, the bacteria, the beneficial bacteria that prevents the like grows mold on insects and stuff like that, like Beauveria bassiana and stuff. And then insecticides are like chemical insecticides, like azadirachtin. That's like an anti-feedant for soft body insects. So it kind of interrupts their life cycle. So you want to kill them. You want to interrupt their life cycle. You want to get things that attack and eat at different life stages, like at the nymph stage. You want to have things that eat the larva stage. You want to have things eat the adults. You want to be able to do all those things. You want to attack all those different stages of the life cycle and just keep going, right? And depends on your size, your room, your watering. Like there's a lot of factors that trigger fungus gnats, your cleanliness. But you got to take it multiple multi-pronged approach if you want to fully eradicate, as you described, the fungus gnats. Let's see here. Let me catch up on this chat here. Let me catch up on this chat. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Look, I'll get to every single comment. That's why I always got to catch up, because I'm going down every single one from the very beginning. So as you enter them, don't worry. I will get to them. I may be a little bit behind, but that's a good thing, right? Let's see here. Appalachia Cove says, what is a size you would suggest to have to make it as a clone pro? Room size. What is a room size you would suggest to have to make it as a clone pro? What do you define a clone pro as? I mean, I'll tell you this story. What the answer from myself when I started, I didn't call myself a clone pro, but my metric was replacing my salary. That was my metric. I had a salaried career in my early 20s. I wasn't making, crazy money, but, a salary. And I was like, well, that's what it was all about, having that salary, right? And it's like, if I could replace that salary, well, fucking A, I made the same amount of money that I was going to make by going to work and working for this company than, me doing it myself. So that was my metric. That's what the size room that I needed to be like, yeah, this replaced my salary, which was fucking this room. That back wall of mother plants replaced my salary, years ago. And that was my metric. So what do you consider a clone pro, Appalachia? Gus Garden says, how do I get a hat? I don't have any more, man. I got to order more. This one's like done its time too. Like, I don't like the style. Like it like folds in and the bill's not straight and shit. So, but all these hat places, I got to order like 40 fucking hats or, 20 something hats or something. So, just looking at the options. Appalachia Cove says, Toledo in the Garden, love them guys. Correction. It says, love them guys. The initial was a question. Love them guy? No, he corrected it as love them guys. These Buds says, hey, Clone Coach, how are you? I'm good. I'll be taking cuts for the first time next week on my indoor girls. Is it better to take cuts from the top of the plant or the bottom of the plant? There's so much controversy on this. Not for me. There's not any controversy for me. Top. But taking a step back, are you on the Clone Coach team? Because I have a mother plant SOP that's included in the whole SOPs, the best mother plants ever, and that'll shape your mother plant specifically for clone production and clone harvesting. But it's the top growth of the plant because it's should be the most uniform, robust growth under the light, and that's what you should be harvesting. The when you start taking sides, inners, lowers of a mother plant, you get there's less uniformity. There's different sizes, different growth, different development of nodes, all these different things. That's not uniform. So tops for me. If you start doing the side branches, or people would clone the side branches before sending them to flower, you have 3 different branches. They're going to be 3 different sizes. At least one of them is going to be a different size. At least, whether it's too big, too small, there's going to be irregularities. So you start with inconsistent cuts. You're going to continue on with inconsistent trays. You're going to continue on with inconsistent veg, and it just triggers all over the place. But if you start with the most uniform, consistent clones, your trays will be uniform, your veg will be uniform, your flower will be uniform. Canopy, structure, size, no development branches, everything. So take it from the top. Dan Nugler says, what you know about them Goya Tostones chips? Ooh. Haven't had the Tostones chips, but I know what you're talking about. Goya, man. Appalachia Cove says, middle class guys. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the middle class growers. He said, that's me. They're 26 lights. So I'd love your Appalachia Cove. I'd love your thoughts and feedback. I'm not sure if you did do a calculator, if you did complete a calculator on the site. These Buds is from Massachusetts, chiming in from Massachusetts. What's going on? Let's see here. Appalachia Cove says Athena IPM works great for me. I used, when I was at a spot that had some PM, I used Regalia as a bio fungicide and Athena at full strength as a rotating, back and forth for like 2-3 weeks. And that was like huge knockdown. So like the twofold, and I was able to just get more on a preventative thing. But yeah, Athena IPM really helped me out, combined with Regalia, to eradicate some PN that I've experienced before, pretty quickly. Just full strength every 3 days Athena, and every 5 days for the Regalia, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Appalachia Cove selling clones. Yeah. Appalachia Cove says I worked on a pipeline making $250 a year. I did the same thing. Hey, yeah, your threshold was a lot higher than mine, like 5 times higher than mine. So good for you. Clone Pro, better way to say I want to trap hella clones, dude. Appalachia Cove, apply. Do the calculator. Look for the follow up email. Okay, there's a way to apply. Fill out application. Book a free discovery call with myself, and we're gonna discuss those results and what's stopping you and holding you back. And if you really want to achieve that, you want a coach by your side to make sure you fucking make it to the championship, get that fucking trophy, get that ring. You want a coach to help you get there. I'm that coach. All right. Appalachia Cove, I appreciate you. These buds says thanks. Let me catch up on this chat here. We got Israel in the house. Yes. Israel's one of the big supporters of Clone Coach and one of the main reasons why we're doing a morning edition of Clone Questions live as well. Morning edition to help. What time is it out there in Israel? Morag Tahar. What time is it out there? Appalachia Cove says, dude, I totally missed you. Answer me. You wanna trap hella clones, man? I said fill out the calculator, $1,000,000 Nursery on clonecoach.com. Look at the follow-up email. Book your free discovery call. We're gonna discuss the potential in your space. If you want to do it, I'm the guy to do it. You want to make it to the championship, that's the purpose here. You want to hit that goal, be on try to hit that goal. You want someone to guide you and make sure you get there, hold you accountable. Click the link. All right. Let's see here. Dogs ran up the woods after a deer. Holy shit. Next, we're going to talk about vents. Vents. Who out there caught the latest reel, one of the last reel, the second last reel that I posted up about? Let's talk about vents, keeping them open, the quarter, the differences in open and 1/3, 1/2, 3/4, little shimmy every day, little shimmy every day. Who's got any thoughts on that shit? I always thought it was hilarious when when it would be, I mean, I may have done it at the beginning of my career because I tried a lot of different techniques. I wish I could find my old notebook. Who out there has like a notebook every year that they're going through and putting notes and shit? That year I had a notebook with all the things I was trialing and making my SOPs for my 14 days. And fuck, if I got rid of that over the years, I'd be so bummed. But let's talk vents. Once again, I'll say this. I've always found it hilarious when people would open a vent, like crack it, and the next day crack it, and the next day crack it, and the next day crack it, like over a 5 day period, like there's any, and they weren't burping and shit. Like that was doing so fucking much. It's not, it's not doing 10% swings, 5% swings. It's like single digit swings. Appalachian Cove, yep. You're welcome. Fill out that calculator. Let's talk. Like I said, there's only limited spaces for this shit too. I got a call booked today as well. There's only limited spaces. I can't give the right amount of attention to the one-on-ones to achieve these goals if I'm spread too thin. Does that make sense? So if we're ready to pull the trigger, let's do it. Appalachian Cove says, "Thank you, typos. I didn't mean to say answer me. I meant to say your answer to me. Answer me sounded like rude. Okay, I gotta cut the grass. Thanks, bro. Been in touch. Take care. Take it easy. Appreciate you joining the live. Appalachian Cove. Appreciate you. Watch out for those deers. Vents. Like I said, I always found it hilarious. You know, that little opening, slow opening. You guys could do your own test. There's not a huge difference between, you know, halfway open and, you know, 3/4 open or 1/3 open. Like it's not 5% plus difference. I'm telling you, who out there has done that? And, you know, one old trick, not trick, but one old mistake that some people still make, in my opinion, is keeping the vents fully closed. Now, some people are, oh, well, if I don't keep them closed, my domes dry out. If that's the case, then there's other factors at play that are interrupting your protocols. Maybe you don't have enough plant material in your dome, and or your environment, of course, is not warm and humid like a propagation environment should be. So there's two other big factors at play that I would adjust prior to just, you know, trapping, you know, keeping everything closed for a long period of time. Remember, enter your guesses, a number between 1 and 420, for your chance to win a free copy of the 14-day protocols, which cover the vents, the domes, the wiping, the burping, all the protocols for the 14-day dome process in that guide. So if you want to win that, enter your guess number between 1 and 420 in the comments, in the chat, for a chance to win at the end of this episode in the next like 20 minutes or so. So also, please share this with your friends as you join. Share it as you share. We had someone share earlier, got a new person, you know, just started following Clone Coach, you know, get some more info, get all that stuff going. So let's beat the algorithm, guys. Let's beat the shadow bans. You know, let's do your sharing. If you share it, people join. It's much appreciated. If you've gained anything from Clone Coach, it's a simple free one button click. Share it with a friend. And if you are on the Clone Coach team, share it with a friend. Have somebody else get some good results out of their fucking nursery, right? So, but welcome to everybody. Let us know where you're joining in from too. We got Minnesota in the house. Nice. Justin Dab says, do you start with them open? Referring to the vents. Yes, 100%. Not 100% open. It is possible if you have a nice full canopy and your environment is like hovering 70 versus like low 60s or mid 60s. It may be possible to start with them fully open, but at the bare minimum, halfway open. So it's not, there's no judgment. It's not, you know, it's just one person's 25% versus another person's it's half. It's either half or all the way open. That's it. And like I said, the all the way open doesn't have a big effect, you know, it shouldn't, on your domes as far as like releasing the condensation and stuff. So potentially all the way open from day one, if not right away, next day or two. New Mexico Clone LLC, what's going on? Let's talk clones. What's your operation like? What's the market like? And are you on the Clone Coach team? Because you're saying, how often do you wipe the excess moisture of the domes? That's in the protocols once again, because that's a huge portion of it. But New Mexico Clones LLC, that's going to be daily. I'm smoking on some, I forgot the names. I got some Beeves from Archive Seed. Beeves. I got Secret Formula from Archive Seed. And another one that I forgot. But I took them all out of the bags and just put them in jars. So I don't know which jar this is. We got San Diego in the house. TikTok brought Harry Nugs. Says, thanks for the invite. Appreciate it, TikTok King from New Zealand. Sharing this live, bringing in Harry Nugs. Welcome, Harry Nugs. If you got any questions on venting, we're talking the vents on the domes today. We're talking converting your flower space to a nursery and that revenue potential, and any other clone questions you may have. New Mexico Clone LLC says consistency is key. Yep. D's Buds says, how do you join the team, bro? Oh, he says, bro. How do you join the team, bro? It's easy. Clonecoach.com. The Clone Coach SOPs that has the best clones ever SOP, the best mother plants ever SOP, the coaching call library, multiple training videos and PDFs, and a coaching call with myself, support, DM support, email support for you to ensure you get results, 14-day results. People make their money back on their very first batch. Just order the SOPs online. It's one click away from your next, from the best clones ever. All right. In 14 days, you'll get results. You get little wins along the way, and you get those big results. And that sticks with you forever. And that's how you join the Clone Coach team, is by grabbing the SOPs and running the SOPs and getting the results that everybody else on the Clone Coach team is getting every single batch that they're doing. These Buds, hope to have you join. These Buds, hope to see you on this side. We got Canada in the house. Let's see here. New Mexico Clone says Ella agreed. These Buds says every day real fast. Harry Nuggs says, yep, thanks for joining. 149 grows. Is that another share? Appreciate that, Harry Nuggs. I appreciate the shares, y'all. I really do. You know, and whoever got referred to check this out, there's a lot more Clone Coach content out there on my page. There's a lot of reels, stories. Just Google me. I've been on probably maybe a dozen podcasts. I was on Danny Danko's, recently. Mr. Grow It back in the day. I did one with Craft Farmer back in the YouTube. I got a YouTube channel. So anywhere, just Google Clone Coach, and you got the YouTube, the Instagram, the podcast, the website, clonecoach.com. You grab the SOPs, join the team. And once again, another factor about the SOPs, they're available in 12 different languages. 12 different languages. You speak Spanish? ¿Hablan español? Está bien. I have the SOPs for you. When you're ordering the SOPs, you'll see a drop down. Just select your language. You can pick multiple languages. And a bonus, listen up. If you want a free, buy one, get one free. If you want an English version and you want a Spanish version, right? For example, if you want a Polish and a Dutch, whatever, on the homepage, there's a calculator. Fill out that calculator. In your follow-up email, you're going to get a discount code, a buy one, get one free discount code. So you get that second language for free. All right, guys, 60 seconds. You can find out how much you're potentially wasting every month on your production. You get a free discount code. So you get a buy one, get one free, and get that second language SOP for free. Check it out. 419 Dank says, Harry Nuggs, I'm Dank, not Grows. Legendary Seed says, greetings from Colombia. What's going on, Legendary Seeds? Harry Nuggs says, whoops, I'm stoned. Sorry. Well, that's another portion of kind of being on the team, right? I mean, coach is always smoking. Imagine like you're on a football team or, whatever your favorite sport is, right? Imagine you got a coach that was just fucking always smoking a joint. But like he's just lived it. He's seen it. They don't give a fuck. He's just smoking his joint, making sure you get to the fucking championship. Like that's Clone Coach for you. New Mexico Clone LLC says, I like hands off as much as possible. Well, for your clones and your domes, the more hands off you are, the more stale and stagnant that micro environment becomes, in my opinion. Which leads to other issues. So, New Mexico Clone, I'd be curious to know if you're experiencing any damping off, any yellowing, any rotting, any nodes rotting out, purpling stems, stunted growth, going from green to purple, like a significant change in color. Anything like that? Anything like that happening? New Mexico Clone? Hell, Harry Nugg says, Elcan. I assume Elcanosaur. What's going on? Welcome, everybody. Appreciate having everybody on. Once again, this is a morning edition of Clone Questions Live, which we do every morning now, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're also going to do an evening edition tonight, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we're going to have a special guest. Trap Jesus is going to join us for a little chat. You want to talk the trap? You want to talk trap commandments? You want to talk the trap Jesus? Join us tonight on Clone Questions Live. 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, with Trap Jesus as a special guest. And once again, hope to see you there. Let me catch up on this chat here. El Connoisseur says, Harry is a sharing boy. I appreciate the shares. Harry Nugs. Everybody. See, like one share leads to another share. And like I said, y'all, welcome. I'm Paul, you're the clone coach, if we haven't met before. And if you want to learn more about what I do, Google me, Google Clone Coach, check out the reels, check out the videos, YouTube, clonecoach.com. I basically help cultivators make the best clones ever, batch after batch after batch. Consistency, uniformity in their nursery. So also help people grow a nursery business as well. Let me catch up on this chat here. New Mexico Clone Market says, Clone Market hasn't even really been established here. I'm pretty much one of the only ones doing it on the commercial side. See, the nursery is always lagging. People always think flower first, and they think of all these flower facilities to feed the market, which is necessary. But how many clones are going to be necessary to fulfill those flower rooms, to fulfill that market? You need, a portion of that's going to be from third parties, right? And the ones that are doing it in-house, I highly suggest you grab the Clone Coach SOPs if you're doing it in-house to maximize your in-house production. But they're not always going to be the best. So they're going to fluctuate and they're going to put out, inconsistent, ununiform crops to their brand new flower rooms. And so there's always a big need for consistency and uniformity in nursery space in the clones in most markets. And it's always underserved usually. Terpene Monster, what's going on? Argentina, Famanuco dos. These Buds says, Grow It video is lit. Mr. Grow It? Yeah. It's funny. That was one of my first earlier interviews, and I'm didn't know where to look at the camera. And so I'm looking at the screen as, we're talking, but I should have been looking at the camera. So in the camera's point of view, my eyes are always looking down, but it is early mistake. So if you guys are trying to make content out there, a little tidbit for me, look at the camera. Because if you try to look at yourself or the screen or, off to the side, just even little tidbits in your eyes and your screen, you're not going to be looking at the camera. So look at the camera when you're making content. Oh, and on the Clone Coach homepage as well, there's a 6-minute video. If you're just not quite sure if this is for you to kind of help you make a decision, what side you want to be on, just watch that 6-minute video. It's free. You don't have to enter your email or nothing on the homepage too. So check that out on clonecoach.com. Eleanor's Garden Apothecary says, yeah, you are certified, my guy. El Connoisseur says, sign language? Nope. Nope. Harry Nuggs says, I have a hard enough time with English. None of the unedibles again. Let's see here. Harry Nuggs. El Connoisseur followed. I got to go wipe some butt. Do your thing. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the team. If you really want to get more out of it, check out clonecoach.com. Kids, I hope, not adults. It's what we all assumed, I believe. Harry Nuggs. These buds, sorry. These buds 94 says, fuck it, you drop the mad knowledge bombs. I try. And like I said, if that should be the good indication of your expectations and your likelihood of achievement when joining the Clone Coach team and actually paying for the full SOPs, the full guide, the full coaching, the full support, joining the team officially. Yeah, that should be the indicator. The free stuff is so fucking good. Imagine the paid stuff. Imagine being on the other side. Imagine being on the team, man. It's literally being on the team. You got a coach and you got the team members, and that locker room is for team members only. That information, those plays that are being discussed, reviewed, constructed to score the points, all that stuff, that's for the team members only. So if you've gotten value from the free stuff, do your nursery a favor, do yourself a favor, do your team a favor, and get the full SOPs on clonecoach.com and really, really fully join the team. People make their money back on the very first batch, y'all. The very first batch. Come on now. So, these buds, appreciate the support. Country boy, what's going on? I mean, it's how could you not mess up and say that? I'm only human, guys. Like I'm reading this shit off like crazy, and it slipped. These nuts, it slipped. But yeah, guys, get your guesses in now. You haven't entered your guess. Get your guess in now for your chance to win a free copy of the 14-day quick guide from clonecoach.com, a one-page snippet from the full SOP. A number between 1 and 420. Enter it in the chat now for your chance to win in the next like 5 minutes. All right, guys, in the next 5 minutes, enter to win that. Neto, what's going on, man? You don't remember what we did in person? We've cloned together. We've cloned together. We've done some clones. You know, it's majority. The principles and the theory is the same, my friend. I've been doing this for a little bit. Truck One says, support coach. I know I did. He has been great and nothing but positively or positive, I would assume. Truck One, I appreciate that. We have, welcome you to the team in nice fashion. So look, guys, if you're not sure, just ask other team members. Ask around. Get the real fucking feedback, Get the real feedback. On that though, we've done some clones together. But hell yeah, guys, this has been a good morning episode. Once again, as a reminder, tonight 5:30, join us again for the normal PM edition of Clone Questions Live with a special guest. I hope he shows up with a special guest, Trap Jesus, talking the trap commandments and everything trap, and whatever questions you guys have, it's going to be a good one. So, but this has been a good morning with everyone here doing Clone Questions Live. Oh, I got a question here. Let me catch up. Murad Tahar says, on day 13, the tips of the leaves point downward. What could be the cause? Shoot me a picture, and what do the first 13 days look like? How did it start? What kind of downward? Is it just the edges downward, and like is it the full? The fan leaves nice and full and developed, or the fan leaves like kind of scrunched up and tight as well? Is it like stunted growth? Morag, hopefully you're still here. Sorry I didn't get to your question earlier. All the way from Israel. I'm gonna join up. Harry Nugg says I'm gonna join up also. I know how to clone, but all knowledge is welcome. See, Harry, that's the kind of mindset we want on the team, because I don't stop learning. I'm not naive enough and egotistical enough to say this is it. We don't learn anything else. We're not open to any other discussion. Nothing. The results always speak for themselves, right? So the mindset of always wanting to grow and always improve. I'll give you a little story. I was just talking to a client of mine that did the more in depth monthly coaching, in person coaching. He was already doing 5,000 clones a week. It's not like this is only for people that don't know how to clone. 5,000 clones a week, but he was experiencing dampening off, stunting, slow rooting, other issues that he got by volume and still made do. Sorting times was he had long sorting times with his labor and all this shit. But we were able to just get in there and hold him accountable and bring that extra set of eyes that says make that more efficient, do these steps, eliminate that step, and the results just started clicking. Roots popping out sooner, faster, health, vigor, fucking kicking up, dampening off, getting eliminated, easier work day for the staff, faster sorting for orders, all that good stuff. And for the price paid, it's a fraction, and those results, you get them as long as you keep cloning. You're benefiting from that result. So your return on your investment could be, as long as you're in the business, could be indefinitely. It's a ridiculous number. So, that's just a little story from someone that has been doing 5,000 clones a week. Put the ego to the side and says, "Hey, man, let's see your point of view. Let's see where you could help me out." And there was help, that transferred over, and positive effects on his nursery. and gave him the confidence to want to expand because it's like seeing everything switch. Like, oh my god, everything's so much better. His life's easier, the staff is easier, the day-to-day work, like sorting's easier, orders are easier. Then that gives you the confidence to be like, let's do more of this. So that's just an instance with a client, a team member. So Harry Nugs, can't wait to have you join the team. New Mexico Clone says, I agree, there's always more to learn, and especially if you're doing multiple trades of clones. If you're filling rooms, if you're producing clones on a normal recurring basis, you owe it to yourself. You really do. How much of the SOPs? $297. It's less than the price of a tray of clones. You produce one tray of clones, sell it, you got your money back. You like it's positioned to be so perfect for you. So Harry Nugs, I can't wait to have you join the team. New Mexico Clone LLC, I hope you do the same. Especially with that kind of mindset. That's what we like to have on the Clone Coach team. So I appreciate all y'all. Harry Nug says, I care about the giveaway. This has been worth every second. Wicked great live. Oh, he says, I don't care about the giveaway. Dude, Harry Nugs, this is the 35th episode of Clone Questions Live that we've been live every week. It's normally a 5:30 Pacific Standard Time live, which there will be one tonight, like I mentioned earlier. But we just started doing the morning editions to help the people in the other time zones like Israel and New Zealand, and Argentina and Colombia, different time zones. So we're doing a morning edition now. We've done like 2 or 3 morning editions. Maybe this may be the third. So now we're doing mornings and evenings every Friday lives. And they're like this. They're interactive with your questions. They got some topics at hand. We got some things to discuss. You'll see team members chime in. There's gonna be a special guest tonight. Like, if you want to even join the live by requesting the video join, and you'll pop up on the live screen. You will be recorded, and everybody will see you. But we've done that too. People just want to, shout out Clone Coach, show off the garden, show off their clones, show me what they're working with. We do a quick little live, kind of diagnosis. Yeah, that's the Clone Questions lives in a little recap there. But Harry Nugs, you were sent over by, I forget who, um, but either way, welcome. And like I said, everybody, please share. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this giveaway now. It's time for the giveaway. If you haven't entered a guess, enter your guess right now because I'm about to close it out. I am pulling up a random number generator. And that's how I know it's the end of the episode. It's the end of the joint too. Random number generator between 1 and 420. Get the guesses in now. Get the guesses in now because it's gonna be over, and I'm gonna move my way upwards through the chat so I won't see your guesses as they come in afterwards. Harry Nugs says, congratulations on the big 35. Appreciate it, Harry Nugs. Says, thanks for reading comments and interacting with the chat. It's I appreciate all the comments in the chat to be interactive with. Get on there, Nugs. Let's see. I am doing a live tonight. Yes, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. 5:30, y'all. Tree City says, got that blue sample stuff. Worked great. Got me roots in 5 days. I'm gonna follow up on everybody that got the gel samples. I'm building up that follow up. But get your guesses in now. Number between 1 and 420. You ready? You ready? You ready? That's it. I'm moving up from Harry Nugs' guess or Otterson Tyler's guess. So that's the last one. Number between 1 and 420 this week is 291. For those that don't believe, Coach never lied to you. I ain't like that. 291. Who got closest this week? Let's find our winner. 178. Nope. 220. That's kind of close. 350. 64. 13. Got a 220. 291 is a random number this week. Scrolling up to the chat. So if you're entering a comment right now, I'm not going to see it for a bit. 245 from Neto. It's closest so far to 291. Who could beat 245? 400? Nope. 80, 115, 224. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see here. Let's see here. 100. Nope. 333. Nope. This week's random number is 291. So again, everybody, thanks for joining. Please share this live with your friends. Please join us tonight, 5:30. 420, 82, 420, 220, 23, 350. No, 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 no. 101. Nope. What was it? 399. Nope. 291 is a random number this week. 78. 245 is in the lead. 17. 277 is closer. 277 is in the lead now to 291. Who could beat 277? Who could beat 277? Let's see. Let me find out. Scrolling upwards through the chat. Scrolling upwards through this chat here. Let's see. 277's in the lead. 388. Nope, you're over. 291's a random number. 220. 220. Nope. 291's a random number. 406. Nope, you're over. 200. 125. 315. 345. 333. 277's in the lead. That's it. Appalachia Cove. Appalachia Cove. Not sure if you're still in here, but you're the winner. 14-day quick guide from funcoach.com. I'm going to shoot you a DM with the discount code to grab your free copy, Appalachia Cove. Congratulations with your guess of 277. Winning numbers 291. Sorry, Harry Nugs. That shit only worked. That shit only fooled me the first time I've ever done a giveaway, and it was live, and then I didn't start from the bottom, or like I didn't factor in the delay. And then somebody entered, and I was like, "Oh my god, you got the exact number!" And everybody's like, "No, they entered it after you said it." And yeah, fool me once. But Harry Nugs, has been a pleasure chatting with you too. Congratulations to Appalachia Cove. Join us tonight, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time for the evening edition of Clone Questions Live. Catch you guys tonight. Bye-bye.